Hello YouTube, I'm in Nizamabad today. Came for a sudden night ride with my friend Rehan. He's on my bike. So my bike for today is this beautiful red Z800 with an SC Project exhaust. So I've got this bike down from Nizamabad to Hyderabad once before. That's roughly 200 kilometers. I've done quite a lot of city riding on it, but today finally we were in a very peaceful mood, so we thought I'll make a video today. This was a very pending video because this is one of my favorite bikes. Let's go. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead, start her up. Sounds sweet. Even the car is with us. Rarely I get to see my bike from a third person perspective. I'm seeing it today. Looks bloody sweet. Anyhow, I just hope the voice is clear and my bike looks sweet. The bike is very silent on a stock exhaust. We had to get this to her. It sounds very deep and sweet now. It's loud but sweet at the same time. So first, Z800 is one of my favorite bikes. One, because it's the bike for wheelies. I've done wheelies on another Z800 before, and I've tried a little bit on this one too. This bike is made for wheelies and stoppies. Like, it's made for stunts. Secondly, it's quite cheap. It's like, if you take cost per cylinder into consideration, it's actually the cheapest, most value for money here in India. Comes around 9.5 lakhs on road, but now it's going to be locally assembled. It was a CKD before from Thailand. Now it was a CBU before, I'm really sorry. Now it's going to be a CKD, and Thailand and India have some agreement, so it's going to be pretty cheap, almost 1.5 lakh less. And I really like this bike, but it also comes with its set of problems. Like, it's a bit tall compared to my ER, so taller riders will be very comfortable, but for shorter riders it's quite heavy as well, 200 plus kilos. And that extra height is, once you're on the move, like, as the speed builds up, it's very easily maneuverable, but on slow speeds you kind of feel the heft. And other than that, compared to a street triple, lots of people have asked me, how does it fare with the street triple? Guys, let me tell you, the street triple comes nowhere close to this. Yes, the street has very much nimbler handling. It's a much nimbler handler than this bike, but when it comes to outright power and the sound and the pleasure, inline 4s are unbeatable. And this particular engine, the way it's tuned, it's completely tuned for a smashing low and mid range, and it's got the top end as well, because that is a characteristic of an inline 4 compared to a Bentley 600. Sorry to say, Bentley is quite, it's a very different kind of bike. It's more of like a cruiser. This thing, it's smashing. If given in the right hands, this thing can easily kill, say, a CBR 600RR on a drag strip, at least for a quarter mile drag. So let's go ahead, pull her a bit, and that's what I'm talking about. Inline 4. So people think because it's an inline 4, the torque may be a bit absent, but it's not like that. The way the engine is tuned, my bike sounds sweet. Anyhow, it's very usable. And mileage, okay, it's a 4-cylinder 800 unit, so please don't expect anything more than 15, max to max 18 if you're very light on the throttle. But after an exhaust, you have an inline 4 under your ass, you're never going to be nimble with it. So 15 is what the mileage, as far as the mileage goes. In these bikes, you don't really look for mileage, but then it's my duty to tell you what is giving. Apart from that, Kawasaki has bulletproof reliability, and it's never under any controversy. Any Kawasaki bike for that matter, they're never into any controversies. or any detuning as such. It's very powerful. It's 110, 120 bhp. I'm not sure because I'm not really that much of a technical guy, but I can tell you how a bike feels. It feels very, very nimble once it's on the move. Heat, it's a bit of an issue when you're in city traffic. Not that much as an R1 or something or a Benelli. It's relatively less because the engine is quite open. You know, the cylinders are kind of exposed, and you know, it's a very this bike looks as if everything has been stuffed into the chassis, and you know, it's just one piece. Let's go ahead, try a small wheelie. See, that's how easily it lifts up even at like 6,000-7,000 RPM. You just give it some go and it just wants to go. Now, it's my friend's bike. I don't really want to be. He knows I'm doing this, but still, I am not that comfortable when it comes to ripping others' bikes. So trust me, if you want to start wheeling and all, and you know, look cool while doing it, because everyone has that thing that, you know, inline 4 sound is the only sound which sounds like a super bike. I don't know, that's some paranoia Indians have. Oh, it sounds sweet, and it is a wheelie monster. Trust me, it's a wheelie monster. I've done crazy long wheelies on this. Anyhow, so if you guys are wondering, Nizamabad is a small place situated close to 200 kilometers away from Hyderabad. You have to take the Nagpur road. If you keep going straight, you get to Parabhani, Nanded, all those places. It's, I think, towards the northern side, north side of Hyderabad. North side you get Bangalore. I like the headlight output as well. It's surprisingly very good on a small street bike because the headlight is kind of tiny. Seating posture is kind of aggressive. It's not really as relaxed as on my bike, but you'll get used to it once you know, start riding it on a day-to-day basis. It's very flickable in traffic as well once you gets on the move. Only in very slow conditions it's a bit nothing can beat an inline 4. Trust me, nothing can beat an inline 4. Let's go ahead, look at my bike. It's bloody sweet. I don't know if it's that clear in the video, but it looks sweet. Anyhow, so that's that. I just thought I'll give you an impression of this bike, guys. Whoever's wanting to pick up their first super bike, okay, first super bike would be too much of an overkill because this thing is powerful. It's very powerful. It's very nimble and all, but if you really hit the throttle, it just takes off, smashing. So if you want a good inline 4 bike which, you know, you can ride on a day-to-day basis, a bit of highways and all, wind blast of course is going to be a problem with all nakeds. Deal with it. You just need a taller visor that will minimize it a bit, but relatively it's very comfortable. Braking, very good. It's got ABS. Not really an ABS fan, but the bite is very good. And apart from that, I really don't find much of a problem with this bike. But the only thing now, because the price is going to be slashed, so we're going to be seeing a lot of these on the road. And you know, I'm the kind of person who believes in, like, if you have something exclusive, it should be exclusive. Like, I got my ER6N and still I don't see it much on the roads. There are like 10-15 bikes maybe in the city. Even up till now, it's almost 2 years since it launched. That's exclusivity. You should enjoy that. Now, Z800, it's a very, very good bike, you know, and it's very affordable, so it's going to get into a lot of people's hands. Let's just hope nobody misuses it and crashes, because this thing is quite powerful, and it's in a very upright position, so people just want to push it even harder and harder. It's very confidence inspiring, even in the corners and all. You know, it gets quite sticky tires. Honestly, at this price, this is the best bike you can buy if you can forego the problems of the height and a little bit of weight on your palms at slow speeds. A very good value for money bike. Ground clearance is great as well. So that's it for my review